In today's video, I'm going to answer the question, do you have to avoid certain foods to be able to lose weight effectively? Well, do you? Let's go. Hi, I'm Alex, a sports dietitian and nutrition coach. Welcome back to one of my videos. Thank you again for clicking and watching. Now, before we get into today's topic though, please remember to subscribe and ring that bell so you can stay in the loop with all my releases. The reality is that many athletes want to stay leaner or they want to get lean. And that leads many of them to look into their diet to find an answer for this. And in doing so, that leads to many of them thinking, okay, what foods do I need to eat more of to be able to achieve this result? As well as what foods do I have to completely avoid to kind of get myself the results as well. And that is why I created this video, to give you some clarity and some information, some truth around this topic. So without further ado, here's the truth. So what foods should you avoid if you want to lose weight effectively? Drum roll, please. Number one, foods that you don't enjoy. Okay, in my opinion, if you're not enjoying a food, and unless you really need to have it, or you're lacking in some areas, like for example, let's say you really hate vegetables, but you know the vegetables are healthy for you. Sometimes you might have to find a way to enjoy it, but to be honest, you still should be having the vegetables, but you don't have to have the foods you really don't want to enjoy. Find ways that you can cook it, that you enjoy it more of, or find the option that you do, okay? Maybe you don't like broccoli, but you like cauliflower. Awesome. Number two, foods that haven't been cooked properly. Okay, please, if they haven't been cooked properly, don't eat it, okay? This will not be effective for weight loss. In fact, it will be bad for you. Number three, foods that fell on the ground. Okay, the 5-second rule, whatever you want to call it, it's a myth, okay? Yes, you could take the gamble, but is it worth it? Probably not, okay? Just go and eat a food that's not falling on the floor. You'll be perfectly fine. 4, foods that belong to others, okay? Don't be that person who goes in the fridge and eats someone else's food, okay? No one likes that person, don't be that person. So yeah, if you're trying to lose weight, don't do that. And number 5, foods that at that particular time, you don't really feel like eating. Okay, similar to the first point, but a bit different because maybe sometimes you enjoy chicken, let's say, but other times you don't really feel like it. Well, then in that case, you don't want to eat that. Okay, if you're trying to lose weight effectively, you want to be sustainable, don't eat the foods that you're not really feeling like. Eat something else instead, and then come back to that food later on. So there's my top 5 list of things that you have to avoid eating if you want to lose weight effectively. And in case you haven't got the idea already, I have tricked you. Okay, I've got you, because the truth is that there is no food you have to avoid completely if you want to lose weight. You just need strategy, consistency, and a willingness to compromise, because at the end of the day, yes, you may love chocolates and you can lose weight on chocolate. I eat chocolate myself, but you can't be eating all the chocolate in the world and expecting the same results. So there will always have to be some compromise. But as long as you're consistent, as long as you have a strategy, what I call strategic flexibility, you'll be okay. So in fact, I'm going to share one thing else that you have to avoid if you want to lose weight. This one's really important. Avoid any lists that say you can't eat certain foods, okay? Those lists that say these are the bad foods. Unless you've got a medical condition or something like that, that's a different story. I'm talking about if you're like an athlete who's just generally kind of looking at what foods they should be eating and not eating. In reality, as long as you enjoy something, there'll always be a place of it in the diet. You don't have to completely avoid it. In fact, completely avoiding it may lead to something that's called rebound effect. At least that's what I call it. And that's when you avoid certain foods and you end up binging on it later, because at the end of the day, we're human. What you tell us not to eat, we will eat. At the same time, also, there'll become a time when you're like, well, stuff it, I really feel like eating this, I'm gonna eat it. Okay, you tell me that you can never have burgers ever again, Alexa, I can assure you that I will be getting a burger, okay? The reality is, and that's perfectly okay. So don't feel like you need to be stuck in the loop of good foods and bad foods, foods that you have to eat, foods that you cannot eat at all if you want to lose weight. Reality is, as long as you're strategic with it, maintain your caloric control and balance out your macros and stay overall consistent, you'll be fine. So yeah, instead of having a list of foods you shouldn't be eating, instead find a way for you to have a flexible approach to nutrition that's still strategic. So there you go, now you know the truth. And I actually want you to hit the like button if you like what you heard, because I'm sure you did like what you hear, because no one likes hearing that they can't eat certain foods ever again. And at the same time, I want you to comment below, okay? Comment below and let me know what food have you been avoiding because someone told you, you read somewhere, whatever it is, you can't eat because of X, Y, and Z result you're trying to achieve. Usually weight loss is the main one, but whatever it may be. Oh, and by the way, if you want a sports dietitian to personally coach you and help you develop a strategic, flexible plan that actually takes into consideration your preferences so you can still get results, but with hardly any of the unnecessary restriction that goes on, then reach out to me, okay? I do have a 90-day Macro Sherpa program, which is designed very much so for athletes who want to start embracing a flexible approach to nutrition and want to learn about it for that first 90-day period. And then from then onwards, of course, any journey has to continue. But if you want help to get things started and get coaching and accountability, reach out to me. There is a Link in the description below to apply now directly. Otherwise, you can send me an email at alexa@theclimbedietitian.com.au and you can ask me about it there and we're going to have a chat and see if it's the right fit. As always, subscribe if you haven't already done so. Stay classy. I'll see you next time. Have a good one.